everyone, welcome to the lecture on linear algebra. In this lecture, we are going to discuss basis and dimension. This is one of the important of vector space. So what is a basis? Let's suppose we have given the set B, which is a subset of a vector space V. So we are considering one set B, which is a subset of a vector space V. Then this B is called the basis of vector space V if it satisfies the two conditions. So first condition is B contain element must be linearly independent. That means set B is linearly independent. Second condition is that span of B equal to V. What is a span? That is a collection of all possible linear combination, and in collection of all possible linear combinations, so you can change the value of scalar, so you will get different linear combination. And if it is a equal to, so if that set is equals to the vector space V, then we can say that span of B equals to V. And if this two condition is hold, then our set B is nothing but the basis of V. And here, as I said, the B is a subset of V, and let's suppose that B is a finite. So finite, that means the number of element contained in set B is finite. So if the set B contain finite number of element and it is a basis for V, then the number of element contained in B is nothing but a dimension of V. And if it is a finite, so it is called a finite dimensional basis of V. Now the next is, what is dimension of V? So the dimension of vector space is nothing but the number of element contained in a basis. So as in the definition of basis, we are saying B is a subset of V. So there are so many subset to the given vector space V. So you will get a different subset, and from that subset, if we get some subset which is satisfying the condition of basis, so there are different bases. That means B is a basis which is a linearly independent, as well as span of B equals to V. Let's suppose there is another basis, B1 is a linearly independent and span of B1 is also equals to V. So both are basis of V, and number of element contained in a basis is called the dimension of V. So obviously that set B and B1 both contain the same number of element. Means basis need not be unique, but the dimension of the vector space is unique. So once we are saying the dimension of vector space is, let's suppose 3. So we can take any linearly independent subset of V, then it forms the basis for V. So how it will work, that we will study with the help of example. So let's suppose I will take one set B contain 3 element 1 0 0, second is 0 1 0, and third is 0 0 1. Now this B is a subset of vector space V3. Now here B is contain this 3 vectors, so I have to check whether it is a basis of V3 or not. So here the first we have to check that B is linearly independent or not. So I have to check linearly independent dependent. So let's take the linear combination of this vector. So I will call this vector is U 1 0 0. Second vector is V, that is our 0 1 0, and third vector is 0 0 1. Now take its linear combination, because for basis we require that two conditions must be satisfied. First is B must be linearly independent. So for that I am taking the linear combination of this vector. So what is linearly independent dependent, that I have already covered in the previous video. If you don't know about that, then must watch that video. Link is given in the above icon, also in the description box. Now here I have taken the linear combination of this vector. Now put the value of U. So it is a alpha 1 0 0 plus beta 0 1 0 and plus gamma of third vector equal to 1. And as I have told you that 0 is nothing but a vector, and here our element of vector is in the form of triplet. So obviously this 0 is also in the form of triplet. Now multiply this alpha, then beta, then gamma. So we will get alpha 0 0 plus 0 beta 0 plus of third vector 0 0 gamma equal to 0 0 0. Now take the addition of first element plus of second plus of third. So here first element is alpha plus 0 plus 0. So alpha plus 0 is alpha. Then 0 plus beta plus 0 is beta. 0 plus 0 plus gamma is gamma, equal to 0, 0, 0. Now equate, if we are saying these triplets are equal, that means their corresponding elements are equal. So when these triplets are equal, that means first element is equal, second element are equal, and gamma equals to 0. So in this linear combination, all scalars are 0, and by definition of linearly independent, if in the linear combination all scalars are 0, so these vectors are linearly independent. So here this vector u, v and w are linearly independent. Hence our set B is linearly independent. So that means our given set B is linearly independent. Now second condition, we have to check the basis. So here I will write the basis of B. So basis is denoted by the symbol square bracket of B, or you may write it is an L of B. So basis means what? It is a collection of all possible linear combination of this vector. So collect the linear combination of this vector u, v, w, and that is nothing but this one linear combination. So alpha u plus beta v plus gamma of w, such that this alpha, beta, gamma we have to take from field that is a set of real numbers. Put the value of u, v, w and simplify that term. So here we have already taken the linear combination of this three vector, put the value of u, v, w and then simplify this term. So ultimately you will get this value. So from this first part, I will write the answer of this term. It is nothing but the triplet alpha, beta and gamma, such that this alpha, beta, gamma belongs to set of real number. So what it means? It means that this alpha, beta, gamma can take any real number. And here we are taking this one, that means it is a collection of all possible triplet whose elements are real number. So this is nothing but, again, it is nothing but you can write in the form of R cross R cross R. So set of real number, if we take the product 3 times, so it is a nothing but by definition of Cartesian product, you will get the collection of all triplet whose elements are from set of real number. So all triplet whose elements set of real number, and ultimately it is our basis. And this set is denoted by V3. So now here you will get span of B equal to V3. About this notation I have already discussed in the first lecture. So in that lecture I have already explained how you will get this V3. So this set is nothing but our R cross R collection of triplet whose elements are real number, and that is nothing but notation of V3. So V3 equals to basis of B. So now here from first and second part we can say that B is a basis, because definition of basis says that set must be linearly independent and span of B equals to vector space. So here both the conditions are hold. So from first and second part, this implies that B is basis of vector space V3. So B is a basis of vector space V3. Now next we have to check how many elements contain in this basis. So this basis contains 3 elements. It contains 3 vectors. The dimension of vector space V3 is 3, because by definition of dimension, number of elements contained in a basis is nothing but dimension of vector space. So from this term we can say that the dimension denoted by dim of vector. So dimension of vector space V3 equals to 3. So number of elements contained in a basis is a dimension, and here it contains 3 elements. That's why the dimension of our vector space V3 is 3. So in this way you can solve the questions of dimension basis, and I hope this example is clear to you. In the next lecture we will discuss the important theorem on basis and dimension. That is most important part of our vector space. And to get the notification of that video, you must have to subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon if you have not done it, and share this video with your friends so that they will also get the benefit and I will get the motivation to make the more important and interesting video for you. Thank you for watching.